I think that one of the things that makes the Southern New Hampshire University music education program different from other ones in the area is that it is solely focused on music education.
The students here are teaching in the schools right from the beginning of their program, not just when they're student teaching their senior year or their junior year.
Teaching elementary school your freshman year is a little intimidating and a little surprising because you don't do that at other colleges, but it's a good surprise.
If one faces adversity and can take the punches, then they have the tools to be a pretty dang good teacher, if you ask me.
That multifaceted background invested in each instructor, regardless of whether or not they're tasked with teaching a full course load or just one, I think really sets the individual classes apart.
Music education is very appealing. It needs to be in the schools. I feel like a lot of people are cutting out of the programs now. It's a real philosophy that needs to be addressed in schools, and it's important moving forward.
A lot of other programs have other facets. You could do a Bachelor's of Arts in a broad music scope, or you could do a performance degree. And it's one of the things that makes our music education different, or our program different, is that the element of how to be a teacher and how to communicate your information and your expertise is relevant and existing in every single aspect of every single class.
At SNHU, like the professors, it's one-on-one, you get to know them, and the students, there's like a real sense of community.
They want to see us improve, and at a point, like if we can't think like, hey, we're trying to like push ourselves to a point where we can do our best to give out to others. We're trying to make music not only serious, but a positive experience for everybody.
Music is important to me because it makes people who don't fit into like general societal molds feel like they have a place. It made me realize how beautiful and complex life is because it makes you feel different emotions that you wouldn't feel otherwise. A lot of people just think sad or happy, but like with musicians I realize that they're very in touch with themselves and they're very in tune with other people as well. And so it's really easy to see things from another person's point of view. By playing music, they care about other people.
I never played jazz before in my life, never improv before. And my jazz band instructor says, hey, why don't you improv? And then I'm like, I've never played jazz in my life. So I just play jazz clarinet, and I just felt free. It wasn't reading notes on a page. I just was able to think in my head the notes. And he's like, I thought you said you couldn't play jazz, Kev. And then I'm like, I guess I can now, so.
What I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to go into elementary school and teach, but I eventually want to get through all of them. I want to do middle school, I want to do high school.
I had a student who started out with voice as their secondary instrument. They realized that not only did they love to sing, but they were much better at it than they initially thought. And when I moved forward from that position and built more confidence and built more skill and helped the student find their own technical foundation, it really helped their voice open up to make louder sounds, more brilliant sounds, more beautiful sounds that they ever thought was possible. And when I hear that, especially in a studio, when you're one-on-one with a student, sometimes that power and that element can be really moving and really special.
Music has been around since the beginning of humanity, and if we forget that, we're losing something that made us fundamentally human. A lot of the faculty here have taught in public schools around New England 30 plus years, so they really understand what these students are going to be getting into. Read all the textbooks you want, but if you don't have the experience of what they're going to be thinking about in the future, it's meaningless. So the experience of some of the teachers in this department it's unparalleled.
There's many different ways that you can become a working musician after you graduate. And I know that for the majority of the students that graduate from our music education program, the goal is to gain employment in either a public or private music school, whether that be a department of a New Hampshire public school or a private institution, or even a part-time teaching job in a community music school. Any type of employment in those types of environments is a successful result.
once they can grasp the information firm enough that they can teach it to another student, that's why we're all here. That's why we're all teaching.
Well, I'm looking to become a middle school band director, hopefully one day. I won't be the world's most perfect teacher after I graduate, no. Oh God, no. I just want to be the best teacher I can be so that the students can one day truly acknowledge and appreciate music like I do. And if they do that, then I've truly done my job.